Good afternoon, Chiefs fans. Somebody gave me a mock draft scenario, and so we're going to look at doing a mock draft using that scenario here. And so the assumptions of this mock draft are that the Chiefs, in addition to their left guard signing, will make a left tackle signing in free agency with a 3 to 4 year deal. Number two, they're going to bring back Wiley, Ward, Daryl Williams, Taco Charlton, and Mike Rimmers. And three, they're going to trade one of the Williams running backs, either Daryl or Damian. Daryl just got re signed, and in addition to CEH, and we have a what seems to be a full running back room. I'm still inclined to believe that they will keep Daryl and Damian both. And Damian's last play had people saying that he should have won Super Bowl MVP, and so he's pretty fast. I don't know if you remember the popular play from a couple seasons ago when Tyreek just straight up sprinted after Damian, but Damian's pretty fast for a Chiefs running back, definitely faster than Clyde, and so I would expect that, especially with a Tooney signing, and if they were to go out and get a left tackle, um, that they're probably going to want to keep Williams. They were using Bell throughout the season to help with the wear on CEH, who's a pretty small guy, and so I would think that Damian Williams with a year off would have more juice than Bell had this past season. So personally, I would keep Damian Williams. I would go ahead and keep Daryl as well because you don't want to get caught with too little depth. The other one I'm going to add on here, it's not on here, but I'm going to do this mock draft and assume that the Chiefs go out and get a veteran cornerback, maybe Patrick Peterson, maybe Richard Sherman, maybe somebody else here. And taking a quick look on my free agent cheat sheet, and I don't see anybody that really comes to mind after those guys, but I do think that they'll probably try to. And it seems to be Brett Veach's MO that he is going to plug all of his holes. And so, don't giggle like a schoolgirl. When you see a list of needs for the Chiefs, my belief is that by the time we get to the draft, Brett Veach will have an adequate person in each of those spots, and so that he can use the draft for the most part. So he can use the draft to really get best player available, somebody they really love, regardless of the position, with the exception of quarterback, kicker, and punter. And so, or a position where they're fully stacked. Like I would be utterly shocked if they grabbed another first round running back. That said, my favorite running back for last year, the reason I didn't want to get CEH or any other running back in the first, looks to be the best running back this year. And so it is what it is. But anyway, so these are our draft assumptions. Again, I'm adding on a veteran cornerback as well. Looking at the list today for the free agent spending so far, and I was surprised at how much money the linebackers have gotten. And so unless the Chiefs wait until bargain shopping time to try to get one or two linebackers to maybe compete and see what they have, I'm going to expect that that's probably not getting really filled in free agency. And so, with all that said, we're going to begin our mock draft using these assumptions. Before we get there, though, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the Chiefs roster as it stands right now up so you can kind of take a look so we can see kind of what we're dealing with here. And so if you look at that, we have Allegretti, LDT, our new free agent Tooney, which I guess isn't official until tomorrow. So I mean, you know, it's not 100% set in stone with any of these free agents until tomorrow. And then Wiley, Durant, Niang, Rankin. And so that's what we're looking at right now. Again, with our draft assumptions, we're adding Rimmer back onto this list. You look at it, and the one spot that is super thin there is tight end. Right now, Kelsey is the only tight end. And I guess you could maybe throw Jody Fortson on there. He's not listed with the receivers. He's not listed with the tight ends. You can assume right now he's the tight end too, or maybe not. And so either way, it's kind of a thin position. Wide receiver is another one that looks thin without Watkins and Robinson on there, and Pringle hasn't been tendered yet that I know of, and so wide receiver is looking a little thin. Defensive line has 8 guys. That is tops for position group. We know what we have in Jones. We know what we hope to finally see out of Clark. Naughty and Saunders have never really had that breakout. And so they kind of are what they are. We don't know much about Ward. We're happy to see Taco back. And we're hopeful to see bigger things out of Mike Dana and Turk Wharton as well. And then another one on here, linebackers, Hitchens, O'Daniel, Harris, and Willie Gay. And defensive backs, Matthew, Thornhill, Snead, Fenton, Keys, and Watts. And we have no idea what we have in Keys. The Chiefs did re-sign Baker, but who knows when he's going to see the field again. And so I show you this just to keep it in mind. Me personally, even though there's a lot of defensive linemen, I want someone who is as close to another Chris Jones type as I can get. If you've did any reading lately, if you did any listening lately, you may hear some knowledgeable guys talk about the importance now of defensive line pressure, which would in turn emphasize offensive line blocking, which is one of the reasons I believe the Chiefs went out and addressed left guard before addressing one of the tackle positions. And I was watching First Take or some video this morning, and one of the guys that used to be with the Patriots was talking about Josh McDaniels, excuse me. Always emphasizes with the Patriots, and so I don't know if it's really Josh McDaniels or Dante Scarnecchia, who is their offensive line coach, but regardless, this person gave the credit to Josh McDaniels and said that he always emphasized the interior offensive line first, left guard, center, and right guard, because you can always scheme to help out the left tackle and right tackle with tight ends, people chipping, those kinds of things. And so the interior offensive line is what's most important. And we've kind of seen that with Tom Brady. That's kind of the recipe for beating Tom Brady, is getting interior pressure very quickly. Given how quickly he gets rid of the ball, those defensive ends just are not going to get to Tom Brady quickly enough to pressure him or to sack him. And so it highlights the importance of getting quick interior pressure, of having guys, at the very least, guys inside who are drawing double teams regularly. And so somebody who can force a offensive coordinator to only double team them, or to leave them blocked singly while Chris Jones gets doubled, to me is the ideal fit. And so that'll be kind of a lot of my philosophy going into this. And then and kind of filling in spots with guys to develop over the next couple of years. So some guys that in the mid and late rounds that the Chiefs can build on, guys that might be some raw but have some great physical tools, who the Chiefs can build on. And so that's kind of what I'll be looking for me right now. I'm going to value interior defensive line and interior defensive line and a linebacker and wide receiver, I think, are my three right now. And of course, an offensive lineman as well. In our scenario, we still could have a hole at right tackle, and so we'll try to look to fill that possibly, and go from there. All right, let's just go ahead and make the tray, get that out of the way. Gonna move back just a few spots. Alright, and our spot turned into a tight end, which, who cares? 57, that's a little bit too far to move back. I don't even think I want to go back that far. Definitely not doing that. Might move back to the Lions, though. I don't know if I've done trade with the Lions. Move back 4 spots. We're going to move up 12 spots in the 3rd and 3 spots in the 5th. Let's see what happens here. Pause. All right. And they took Eric Stokes. All right, looks like there's a run on cornerbacks here. Patriots are really wanting to trade with me, so let's see what happens. Let's entertain them a little bit. See how bad they want to trade. I don't think they want to trade bad enough. Apparently did. And they went out and picked a wide receiver. Totally cool. think that I really care to move back that far to only get that much value. Let's take a quick look. Let's see what the Dolphins and the Washington football team may give up to us here. Dolphins don't care to trade with us. That's cool. See, one of the luxuries of plugging holes in free agency is you don't feel so inclined to reach for players, and so you can be freed up to not have to reach. Alright, so we're going to move back 5 spots here in the second. To do so, we're going to gain 15 spots in the fourth. Oh, that was a mistake on my part. No wonder they were so willing to do that trade. Good thing I caught that one. Alright, still, that's moving up 20 spots in the fourth and getting an extra 7th. So we'll still offer that trade. I will take that. They will too. Ooh, man. Elijah Molden could have been a really good pick there. Okay, we're moving back 6 spots in the second, and to do so, we're moving up 35 spots into the third from our fourth, and moving up another 36 spots from our second fourth to another third, picking up an additional 6th at 207 and an additional 7th at 251. And just for good luck, or good measure, we're going to ask for a 2022 6th round as well. Alright, now I think we're done trading. Maybe. If I can fleece the Bucks, I will totally do that. Bucks have accepted my offer. Alright. They took a running back, so boo-hoo, why do I care? Oh man, I would have really loved to have had Davion Nixon there. He is totally a draft crush, as irrational as that might be. You know, they want a pick that's right before my pick. So they must want somebody that they think that I really want. In which case, I'm kind of inclined to make them pay. Well, whatever. We'll take that because I have the very next pick, and so. And the computer skipped me before I could pause it. Are you serious? Man, I tell you what, I hate when it does that. I wish that the people at the Draft Network would fix this glaring flaw in their stupid system. Really, all they want for me to move up seven spots is a 7th round pick. I don't know who's available here. Okay. Well, it took Davis, which I'm completely fine with, I guess, now that I see that. And so I'm totally not taking that trade. There's nobody here that I really care to move up for. I would have gotten Jabril Cox, but with Davis auto taken for us, there's really no need for that now. I don't think I'm gonna come to any kind of agreement here with Washington. I don't know. Maybe moving back 2 spots is worth a 7th. Maybe not. What the heck? Why not? Ooh. I will totally take that one. 1,000 times out of 100. See, I'm not even offering that many trades today, and they're just like busting down the phone lines. See what we can get out of them here. Alright. We're going to move back 13 spots. Man, I just don't know about that value. I think I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to take our interior defensive lineman. Well, I'm kind of... man, Josh Myers also would be great there. see, who do the Chargers want? There's 3 interior defensive linemen right up here at the top. I'm going to go Josh Myers. Nothing against nothing against Allegretti, who I would really love to see just like take a hold of the center job, but Josh Myers is there. Why not? Alright, I'm going to make some Chiefs fans really happy here, and I'm going to go ahead and take Tommy Tremble. Alright, once again, the Vikings. I don't want to go to 95 though. I love how flawed their stupid system is. So I'm not even going to fight it anymore. If anything, I hope that this video embarrasses the people at the Draft Network into fixing their system. Okay. So we haven't addressed offensive tackle yet. We haven't addressed cornerback or edge. As I said earlier, though, I don't see edge as pressing as probably other people do. And so that would be one of the reasons why. We're going to go ahead and get a cornerback here. And I'm probably going to look to double up on a cornerback. Maybe pick up some safeties. Let's see. Let's see where I'm at with draft picks. 103. I'm going to go ahead and take a project offensive tackle here before there's a run. I'm going to try to move up every chance I get and most every draft offer I get. Oh. Sneaky, I missed that. Alright, I guess not. Alright. Here on out, we're just going to start declining some trades. And let's see, what have we gotten? We've gotten linebacker, interior offensive line, interior defensive line, offensive tackle, tight end, cornerback, wide receiver, cornerback. Let's go ahead and add some safety depth. Get our edge off the board here. pick up another offensive lineman. Get some guys in the pipelines there to build up our depth, because you never know when injuries are going to hit. Bring in another edge. Let those guys compete, have a fresh rotation. Again, you never know when the injuries are going to hit, so take them while you can, right? I'm going to pick up another super fast wide receiver. Let's see how many picks we have left. Oh man, we got quite a few picks left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks is what I was able. 8 extra picks, in addition to what we had, because of all the trade offers we were getting, and because we were assuming that positions were filled in free agency. Whoa! I just skipped my pick. And it took another safety. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call this one out here. I'm not taking Tyree Gillespie. I'm going to say we took Justin Hilliard, the linebacker from Ohio State, ourselves. And so we'll make a note of that. I don't know why I skipped my pick there, but that's definitely what I would have done in that position. Man, do we go wide receiver again here? You know, I think I'm gonna get another cornerback. I'm gonna stay around this range here. Brandon Smith, a guy out of Iowa, had a huge day the other day, working out long jump, high jump, all those things. I don't know if they have a draft profile for him. 6'3", 205 pounds. I think he ran the other day like a 4.56. But Iowa quarterback was just terrible. So he's a developmental X receiver, and he fits a vertical passing offense. So we're gonna get him, and then we're gonna hopefully here, if he lasts, we're gonna reunite him with a fellow Iowa Hawkeye in Alaric Jackson, and we'll team those guys up, and then we're just going to build a lot of depth on this team. And so when you get your holes filled in free agency and you don't feel that you have to make a bunch of pressing moves and reaches, then you can trade down and you can trade around and pick up extra picks, and move around and work more on depth. To this point, again here we said Tyree Gillespie is actually Justin Hilliard, the linebacker out of Ohio State, but it auto-drafted for us. Look at the amount of players we have. We're going to have to cut some players just to have cap space to sign this class. Totally, I get it. It's totally unrealistic. And we're going to add a third former Iowa Hawkeye, Manny Ragamba, who transferred to Miami of Ohio, but he played for the University of Iowa. We're just going to add another cornerback to the room here. Let's see, who do we have left? Why not? Let's add another receiver here, and then there's another guy here that I like as an edge. I know we already have 2 edges, but this dude could be a great developmental player. So we're going to add another edge player here. And then what do we want to do? let's go ahead. Let's add a blocking tight end to our list here, and I'm going to pause really quick because this is going to freeze with the amount of trades and stuff that I made. I'm just going to recap what we've done so far. We added Davis, the linebacker out of Kentucky, Myers, the center out of Ohio State, Tui Polatu, interior defensive line out of USC, Trimble, the tight end from Notre Dame, Trill Williams, cornerback from Syracuse, Demetric Felton, wide receiver out of UCLA. He actually played running back and then back and forth there, so he's got really good hands. Interesting kind of gadget player. Mukuamu, cornerback out of South Carolina. Little, the offensive tackle from Stanford. Cisco, the safety from Syracuse. Janarius Robinson, edge rusher from Florida State. Cleveland, interior offensive line from Georgia. Ellerson Smith, edge rusher from Northern Iowa. Schwartz, the wide receiver from Auburn. This is the auto draft that we are switching out with Justin Hilliard, linebacker from Ohio State. Robert Rochelle, cornerback from Central Arkansas. Brandon Smith, wide receiver out of Iowa. Jackson, offensive tackle out of Iowa. Ragamba, cornerback from Miami, Ohio. Tamorian Terry, wide receiver, Florida State. Taryn Jackson, edge from Coastal Carolina, and Luke Farrell, the tight end from Ohio State. So those are our draft picks. Plus, in addition to all the picks that we ended up getting, we picked up two extra sixth rounds in 2022 as well. And so we had quite the draft haul here. And so I'm going to unpause this, and then it's going to freeze, and then we're going to conclude our draft. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, leave some comments about different scenarios you'd like us to try, and we'll definitely look at different scenarios for our mock drafts. Have fun.